This article is titled Writing Across Engineering, a collaborative approach to support STEM faculty's integration of writing instruction into their classrooms. This was a paper which was presented at the 2019 ASEE conference, otherwise known as the American Society for Engineering Education. You'll note that all of the authors are from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. That is because this is an action research project which sought to improve writing within a specific engineering department at this university. Also, shout out to the university for changing their mascot from something super racist to the majestic kingfisher bird. The professors in this department of civil engineering noted that writing was not a significant part of any of their courses, even though ABET, or the Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology, specifically mentions that effective written communication is a vital skill for future engineers, a skill they were currently ignoring. If you were to look back at the list of authors in this study, you would notice that some of them come from the Department of English. Specifically, these faculty are from the university's Writing Across the Curriculum program, which is a national effort to encourage the teaching of writing skills in all disciplines, not just English. Clemson also has a WAC organization at the Peace Center. So, this study chronicles the process by which the university's Writing Across the Curriculum team worked with the Department of Civil Engineering to produce what they call Writing Across Engineering and Science. This had the primary goal of finding new ways to incorporate writing into engineering courses and new ways to support faculty in those efforts. This action research project has 3 phases that lasted over 3 years. Year 1 involved a detailed survey to assess the current needs. Year 2 involved developing a group of faculty who met weekly to discuss challenges and triumphs of early adoption. And Year 3 involved a broader sharing of the group's findings with the faculty. The researchers uncovered major obstacles to their goal, including not enough faculty to grade student writing in large courses, no faculty training for the teaching of writing, an already crowded curriculum for each course, leaving little time to introduce new skills, and a lack of consensus of what good engineering writing should look like at all. The authors wrote at length about the theoretical underpinnings of their work. They specifically discussed their reliance on the social cultural theory of learning, which situates the learning of any skill into its context within the greater world. They argue that students are not passive recipients of knowledge, but active participants who come with their own understanding of the world. Year 1, more specifically, involved 2 surveys, one administered to faculty and one to department leaders in 12 departments within the College of Engineering. The surveys uncovered the aforementioned obstacles, but they also specifically focused on the more practical ways that faculty felt they could better introduce writing into their courses. In Year 2, the researchers focused on creating a weekly community of practice, which they saw as the logical progression of their work given their learning framework. This meant that they believed the answers to the problems already existed in the minds of the professors who were doing the work of teaching engineering. They simply needed to be brought to light. Year 3 involved the greater dissemination of the team's work to all university engineering professors, asking those professors to incorporate some of the ideas and then report back on their experiences. What you see here is an example of a flow chart that was used to explain one potential type of assignment to the faculty. Overall results of the research include an emphasis on process-oriented writing, emphasis on mentoring the writing during the process, emphasis on peer review, allowing for more faculty support, and all of this combined resulted in faculty who felt more confidence at the teaching of writing. There are many implications of this work, some of which are contingent on further data collection from students, but the 3 big ones I believe include the importance of cross-disciplinary research in action research, the additional support for using scaffolding when teaching of writing, and most importantly, train the professors and the TAs for the things you want them to do. The ongoing challenges of this program will come as no surprise. The funding was only for 3 years, so currently there is not a team devoted to this type of professional development at the university any longer. Faculty also continue to cite a lack of grading support as too big an obstacle to overcome in their efforts to teach more writing. Were there to be more funding, the research team would really need to include data collection on the student perspective. Thus far, they've looked only at the feelings of the faculty, but I'm on the opinion that the feelings of the students are also important, as are some sort of objective measurement that the students have acquired new writing skills. So how does this work relate to our action research course? Well, it probably relates in more ways than I can list this quickly, but the most obvious relationship is the way in which it displays a practical and functional application of the 7-step process that you see here that we've discussed in class significantly. Additionally, this research especially highlights the importance of the circular, iterative nature of the action research process because each level of the research led to analysis which then informed the steps taken at the next level. The researchers did not start with an end goal in mind, they let the process unfold. How does this work connect to my proposal? Well, my proposal relates to one of my personal interests, which is the teaching of writing. You can ask my child, who is currently in the next room working on an essay, that this is something that means a lot to me, and I especially want to find practical ways to work around the issue of having too many students and not enough professors. Another connection that this work has to my proposal is its emphasis on mentoring as a way to teach writing, especially mentoring throughout an active writing process with multiple outlines and drafts. Otherwise, we end up with what we've all had turned in before, which is the more stream of consciousness type of undergraduate writing. Finally, here's a citation for this article in case you're interested in reading it. It's a mostly helpful look at one group's attempt at using action research to solve a practical problem in their department. It's particularly noteworthy, I believe, because of their use of transdisciplinary collaboration. Thank you so much for your time.